Very good morning to one and all. See, in our last class, we are discussing about the environment, in which we have come across with what we call the definition of an environment. Not only that, in addition to this, we have also learned about the ecosystem. Not only that, in addition to this, we also learned the what we call as an interaction. Means there is a various type of interactions are there in an ecosystems, like biotic and abiotic. Not only that, in addition to this, we also learn both biotic and abiotic. When there are three different types of what we call as the interactions are there, and these three types of interactions are nothing but where a biotic is interacting with a biotic, abiotic is interacting with an abiotic, and lastly, biotic is interacting with an abiotic. So these are the different kinds of interactions are there in the what we call ecosystem. Now leave these things. Let's come to the what we call an example. See, when we are talking an example, remember that in this, let's take an example of a garden. See, let's take an example of a garden. See, in a garden, there is a large number of the what we call the various kinds of plants and animals are there. For example, there may be a grasses are there may be a trees are there may be a what we call a small flower plants are there, flowering plants are there, small flowering plants are there. For example, like you are having the what we call jasmine is there. Not only that, there is what we call sunflower is there. Different kinds of flowering plants are there, rose is there, etc. etc. Not only that, these are all about the plants we are talking. Now, same way, there is a certain animals are also there. See, in the animals means we can include that there is a small insects are there. Small insects are there. Not only that, the frogs are there. Not only that, there may be what we call birds are there. So like that, there is a various type of what we call plants and animals are there in a garden. And garden, when we are talking, remember that it is what we call a natural ecosystem. We can say that it's a natural ecosystem. True. See, when we are talking about the ecosystem, remember that in an ecosystem we have classified many types are there. But majorly we are classifying into three types. And the three types of the what we call ecosystems are there. In that, first we are having a natural ecosystem. Then the second is the what we call as an aquatic ecosystem. And there is what we call as the third one is that this is we call it as an artificial ecosystem. This is we call as an artificial ecosystem. Say, in a natural ecosystems, we can give an example of terrestrial, like forests are there, or the gardens are there, parks are there. These are all we can give it as a natural example. Not only that, in that we can include the what we call ponds, lakes, rivers, sea, oceans. But aquatic ecosystem is there. No? Generally in that we include the what we call the sea, oceans, the ponds, lakes and rivers. And the artificial ecosystem is there. No? This is a man-made ecosystem. The man-made ecosystem is there. No? In this, there is what we call various examples are there. For example, I will give it two examples. For example, we are having the what we call as a garden which we have taken as an example that can also included under the what we call artificial. Not only that, in addition to this, the crop fields are there. No, this is also we can include under the what we call as an artificial ecosystem. Okay, fine. When we are learning about this, let's take one activity as an example. Let's discuss about the one specific type of man-made ecosystem. And man-made ecosystem is that in that we include the what we call as first the artificial ecosystem. In the artificial ecosystem, we can include aquarium as an example. So when we are talking about the aquarium, I think most of the students you may be familiar with an aquarium. Maybe in your home it is there. If it is not there, maybe your neighbor's house you may be observe the aquarium, or somewhere else you may be observe the aquarium. So when you have observed the aquarium, so what we are going to do in an aquarium? See, when we are setting an aquarium, remember that what we are doing, first we required to fish. For that, what you are doing? See, in a jar, the glass jar which we have taken, little bigger in size. In that, we are pouring in a water. Not only that, in that we are adding certain fishes. After adding that, what happens? For the air, what we are doing? We are using a pump. Now, why we are using a pump? See, pump we are using to fill the what is called as in the water. There should be air should be present, which gives the what we call respiration to the what we call fishes. For that, we can use aerator also. With the help of aerator also, we can use the what we call the air into the water, because the water should be in a dissolved form. Okay. Not only that, and the food is there now already in the market. We get a ready-made what we call fish food. So we can use that fish food also. In addition to this, we can add into that certain aquatic what we call as plants or the aquatic animals also. So we can use certain aquatic plants and animals also. After adding all these things, can I ask you one question? See, this is you are going to set up an aquarium. After setting an aquarium, can I ask you a question that this is an artificial ecosystem? Can we say that? Yeah, of course. This is a man-made is there. We can say that it's an artificial ecosystem is there. But in this, there is an what we call certain things we have added, and certain are living components are there, certain non-living components. So they are interacting, and we can say that yeah, aquarium is an example of an ecosystem. True, agree with that. But there is what we call certain conditions are there to make an what we call aquarium. See, when you have made an aquarium, see, certain period of the time we have to clean the what we call aquarium. Why there is a need of cleaning the aquarium? If we leave like that, what will happen? This is a one question is that. See, maybe you have seen that after a certain period of the time or a certain time in a week once, you may be what we call cleaning the aquarium. My question is that why you are cleaning an aquarium after a certain period of the time or in a week once you are cleaning the aquarium? Why? For this, there is a certain conditions are there. See why? Because generally what happens, the fishes are there now when they obtain the food, they release the waste, and this waste get entered into the what we call the water, and water may get contaminated because they cannot decompose. Because here in this particular aquarium, this is an artificial ecosystem in which we have not included the decomposers. So if the decomposers are not there, there is no recycling of the material, due to which we cannot say that in this what we call as a recycling mechanism can take place. That's why in the aquarium it is a man-made, where we have to in a week or in a certain period of the time once we have to clean the what we call aquarium. Let's leave about the aquarium. Let's move on to the what we call certain what we call components which are coming into the ecosystem. See, when we are talking about the ecosystem, remember that in an ecosystem we are having three major what we call components. That is what we call the first one, we are having producers. Now, what is the role of the producers? That I will tell you later on. The second one, you are having the consumers. Then you are having the what we call third one is the decomposers. See, these are the three components are there into the what we call as an ecosystem. The first one you are having the producer, second is the consumer, and third is the decomposer. Now, what is the producer? See, we have seen that. If you take an above example itself only as an aquarium, see that aquatic plants are there, and these aquatic plants are there. Okay, if aquatic plants are not there also, see, all living organisms are there now. They will take the food from the inorganic substances which are available in the surrounding or in that particular ecosystems. See, these inorganic substances may be in the form of glucose is there or starch is there, whatever. They take it and utilize, and these will be utilized by generally the what we call the plants, because we know that plants require raw materials in the form of what we call as the soil is there, water is there, carbon dioxide is there, or the sunlight is there, etc. So with the help of this, the plants are there now. They prepare their own food. Why? Because plants chlorophyll, where the photosynthesis process will takes place, and due to which what happens, the sun rays, the solar radiance are there, from that the plant can produce their own food, and once the plant will produce the food, we call them as a producers. And on these producers there is what we call consumers are dependent, and the consumers may be directly dependent or indirectly dependent, because we have various categories of the what we call consumers. Like for example, see, when we are talking about the consumer, in the consumer we are having the what we call the herbivores are there. Not only the herbivores, there is a carnivores are there. Not only the carnivores, there is a what we call omnivores are there. So there is a what we call different kinds of what we call consumers are there. We call them as a herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. I think maybe you are knowing about the examples of these herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. Okay, if you don't know, can you give us certain examples for the herbivores, carnivores and omnivores? See, herbivores we can include the what we call a goat is there, a deer is there, certain example. And in the carnivores we give an example of a tiger is there, lion is there. And in omnivores we can give an example of what we call a cat is there, a dog is there, etc. etc. So like that, certain examples are there in the herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, which included under the consumers. So these consumers may be directly dependent on to the what we call producers, or they may be indirectly dependent on to the producers. So one or the other organisms are dependent on to the other organism for food purposes. And lastly, we come across with what we call a decomposer. See, when we are talking about the decomposers, the main role is decomposers is to what we call decay and decompose the what we call the dead plants and animals. And in that we can include an examples of parasites are there, or we can include the what we call bacteria are there. So these are we are including under the what we call a decomposer. And what is the role of these decomposers? These will decay and decompose the all the unwanted waste which is produced by the producers and the consumer. That will be decomposed and decayed, and it will be recycled. So that's why we call it as a recycling of the material. If decomposers are not there in any ecosystem, remember that ecosystem itself get collapsed. Let's take a previous one example where we have discussed about an aquarium. If you remember, we have discussed about the aquarium. In an aquarium, I told you that certain period of the time or once in a week, why we have to clean the what we call aquarium? Because aquarium is an artificial ecosystem, and in an artificial ecosystem there is no decomposer, and if the decomposers are not there, there is no recycling of the material will take place into the ecosystem. That's why the ecosystem may get collapsed after a certain period of the time. That's why after a certain period of the time or once in a week we have to clean the what we call as an aquarium. So this is what we call certain components are there which comes under the ecosystem, where we are learning about the producers, consumers and the decomposers. See, not only this, in addition to this, let's move on to another activity. See, in your textbook they have given what we call another example or another activity where they have asked you that you have to make yourself an example of an aquarium itself. Can I ask you one question? This aquarium is it's an artificial aquarium or what we call as a natural ecosystem? Okay, it's a natural ecosystem or artificial ecosystem, whatever it may be. Can I ask you an example? Like aquarium we are cleaning once in a while in a week, or certain period of the time we clean the aquarium. Like that, can we clean the ponds, lakes and the rivers? Can it be possible in these cases? Now, if it is not possible in this case, then why we are doing in an aquarium? That's the question. Say, in a ponds, lakes and rivers, these are all natural what we call as the ecosystems are there. And in a natural ecosystem, remember that there is producers are there, ecosystems are there, due to which there is no need of cleaning the ponds, lakes and rivers if decomposers are present. If the decomposers are not there, then there should be an always the cleaning of the ponds, lakes, rivers should take place. Okay, there is one activity is given. This activity is for you. So this activity you have to do, in which they have asked you that write any one what we call as an ecosystem, and in that ecosystem you have to make an what we call a producers, a consumers and decomposers in a form of a food chain. In the form of a food chain. So can you write one example and write an ecosystem about the what we call an aquatic type. Don't write any terrestrial or artificial. Write an aquatic type of an ecosystem in which primary consumers, there is a what we call producer, consumers and decomposers should be there, and it should be having a food chain where one organism is dependent on the other organism in a series. So this you have to show with the help of an arrow mark how one organism is dependent on to the other, in which producers, consumers and decomposers should be there. So this is an activity for you. So this activity you have to do. So the next part is done. We'll discuss tomorrow.